So where are we today?
We are in Hamar Library, but it's one of the last days of this building, so it is going to be um,
Demolished.
demolished
Yeah.
in a few days.
Yes.
Just for on Monday they are starting the constructor is coming in and starting this work. So this is the four days where we are moving out everything, all shelves and all the boxes full of books.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can you present yourself, please? What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Berit Borgen. I am a library manager in Hamar and has been for 3 months now.
Yes.
And I come from Tønsberg, where I have been working in libraries and several libraries, and I have been an advisor for libraries when I started. The job I had before I started here.
Do you like your work?
Yes, I like my work very much, and I like this work in particular
Yes.
because it has to do projects, planning, and coming to solutions. It's very interesting, and I'm working with other people. One of my favorites.
And so, what has brought you to Hamar? Is this the work that has brought you here?
It is the work that has brought me here.
Yeah.
This job with making a new library
Yes.
in a culture house where you have a lot of things going on at the same time, and where people can learn from each other. That's quite an interesting thought.
And what have been your impressions so far from Hamar?
It's a smaller city than I was living in before, but it is. But I see that the potential is here, that it will grow in a way, and if you have more interesting offers for the people in the society, it will be it will be growing, I think.
And how do you see this, what you just said about the future of it? How would you relate it to the new library? And how would you imagine would be the perfect scenario of the new library?
The perfect scenario is to have a library where people are coming and spending a lot of time.
Yes.
Of course, they will be lending books for many years to come, but I think that the place to be, to meet other people, to meet knowledge, to meet some fantasy is the very essence of a library. And it has to be a space where you can be yourself, and you can be alone, and you can be in the middle of a crowd at the same time.
And what do you think of? What's your favorite place in Hamar so far?
I think that is outdoor, and it is so far I'm quite impressed by Koigen.
Yes.
It's the space near the sea.
The lake, yeah.
The lake, yes.
Yeah. What do you like about that?
Because
place?
it's a place where people are coming. There's always people there, and they are doing whatever they want, spending time or just passing.
And how do you see Stuttgart today?
It is a very busy place, but most for cars, I think. And people are just walking across it. It's not a space, but it's just a place for transportation.
But how would you imagine this space in the future? What would you wish it to be, and maybe more in particularly to the new library?
I think it will be the outdoor space of the library, because you are going to look into the library. It's a lot of glass and air into the library, and people are coming here, and they are looking out on the space on Stortorget, and it's also a place where you can come in and go out, and I hope when the weather is very nice, you can spend time outdoors as well. And I hope that when it finds its form, in a way, its design. It will be a place where people want to spend time.
What do you think will attract readers to come to the library? Is it nowadays? Is it space and books? Is it because they come and meet people?
I think when people come to the library today, it has to do with when you have, in a way, two different kind of users. I think one is the more busy people who come in, are lending books and going out again in 5 or 10 minutes. But you have the people who are spending hours in the library, and they are all kind of people. It's young people, it's children, and it's people in there when they are educating. But it's also adults who are spending time at the library.
Are you feel you're menaced from the internet and all the electronic books generation? Do you think it's going to influence the library? Do you think it's something that could collaborate with the library?
I'm sure that it will have some impact on the library's services.
Yeah.
But we have to play with them and try to be a part of it. And I see that it will be a demand for the library to offer books in all kinds of publishers or published
edition, publishing houses, or
no in forms in publishing forms.
Yes.
So in just in an electronic or sound or a written book.
Yeah.
So.
And what do you know about the Dream Hammer?
I have seen some of your. I saw you first. I took part in the first online chat, but afterwards I haven't had the time. But it's interesting to see how you're going to work, and I'm quite curious about how the result will be. Of course.
And there are going to be 5 topics to which the workshops are going to focus on. It will be technology, activities, environment, people, and seasonal strategy. Which one of the topics would you be interested in participating, and why?
I think maybe technology is one of my favorites, because the library will be a part of a technology development in a way. So it's very important that we are part of this. But I don't know what you are putting into this subject. I don't know.
Yes.
So I'm quite curious about that.
It's going to include Wi-Fi and interactive connections, lighting, any kind of exposing of the inside-outside world by using screens and projections and things like that.
And that has to do with communication, I think.
Yes.
It's very important for the library.
So you think it would be interesting to work on the relations between the Stortorget and the future culture house?
Yes, I think technology will be part. That will be very important. But of course, the design as well is important.
And can you give me what do you think is a successful public space anywhere in the world? Do you have any memory or something special? It doesn't have to be very much architectural, just some feeling about a nice public space.
Nice public place is. I think a lot of places are nice. I think it's a success when people want to stay in a place. Then I think it's a success. And I know that a lot of libraries are a success.
Yeah.
I would like to give other examples, but I cannot imagine or think about something special.
Maybe a library? Do you have any memory from a library that you think is a good example of?
In Norway today we have quite a new library in Drammen.
Yes.
And that is I think that is a success, and people are spending a lot of time there.
And why do you think it's a success? What makes it a good place
You
for
have
library?
a lot of offers there. You have a bookstore, you have a cafe, you have students, you have children there, you have the ordinary library user, adults and young people, and it's a lot of space and air, and you can see outdoors. To see outdoors, I've seen some pictures from that building, and I have been visiting it, and I think it's quite a success when I see. You can see the environment around the building, you can see the river, and you can see what is happening inside at the same time.
So it's interesting. It sounds like I'm thinking how we can relate what you just said about the public space. It seems that what makes it very attractive is the mix of activities and mix of users and transparency.
Transparency. I think that's maybe that is something that is important to some of us. And I like that very much. I like the possibility to see outdoors, to
see through.
To put your eye to the horizon in a way.
What do you think about this current library that is going to be demolished without touching any sensitive issues, but just as a space? Did you like it? What do you think about it?
I liked the library.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
I do.
Oh, yes.
But I see that some of the use that we are going to plan for in the future is not. It's not so. I think the future will demand another architecture and another space in a way, because this is made for the library how it was planned in the 80s, and some very much has happened since the 80s. I think that is the most important reason for why it is not so well fitted for the future.
And do you think it's possible to conceive architecture or space in such a way that it could be flexible enough to host the changes of the society? I mean, I know it sounds a bit complex question, but I think it's a very interesting point, because you're saying that this space here is very much maybe strict to a certain period. Just one thing that you imagined will make the new library more flexible for this?
It's flexibility if you have an open space, but at the same time you have to fill it with the walls that you need in a way to keep activities apart from each other. So, but it's I don't know much about this, but I hope we are going to learn a lot in this planning period to find out how to keep places for the people who want to sit by themselves, and how we can keep it like that, and some at the same time have the space for larger groups.
So the flexibility is within the different offers already within the space itself.
Yes, I think so. You have to make something out of it. It is quite challenging to make those changes. So you at all times can be actual or not actual, but can meet the people where they want and give them what they want in a way, or what you think they should need in a way. It's something about that as well.
Is there anything you think is, because whenever we talk with people about what they like about Hamar, usually it's the nature, and I'm just thinking, what do you think is nice about the city center of Hamar?
I think that it has some of the small city charm
Mhm.
it has. But I think that if you are going, if you're building something new and which has a big potential,
Mhm.
then you may do something to the city that changes it in a way,
Mhm.
and you attract more people, and it will be more people in the city, and maybe more activity, and it will grow in a way.
Okay. Thank you very much. Is there anything you want to add? Or
No, I think I've said what I.
thank you, and I hope this whole moving will be as you wish.
Yes, I hope so.
Thank you.